Well, I hope what will happen is that the council planning department will take down, or require EMR to take down, the cameras that are currently spying into people's bedrooms because of where they're positioned. That they'll require EMR to take down the 24-foot high fences, way beyond whatever was allowed in the past, and actually require EMR to behave like a decent neighbour to the people who live around the site.
What about the noise and the lights? Because actually they're increasing, that they want to increase their tonnage. Do we want to stop that?
Well, there's a huge increase in tonnage. I mean, and indeed, if you go up there now as we speak, you will see vehicle after vehicle after vehicle bringing scrap in, and the scrap that isn't taken by the site is just dumped at the side of the road. Illegal fly tipping all over the place. But we're talking, I mean, just to give you an idea of the scale, at the moment, or up until previously, the volume of scrap that was going through, the weight of scrap that was going through, was about the equivalent of 3 lorries a week. There's now the equivalent of 30 lorries a week. 10 times as much. That's a huge increase in noise, it's a huge increase in dust, dirt, and actually vibration. So if you imagine you're sitting in your kitchen and only 20 feet away from you there are these huge cranes operating, your teacup is bouncing off the table. I mean, that's what we're talking about. That's the scale of operation that's going on there.
Okay, and when does the meeting take place? Is it June?
Well, the next one, assuming that the EMR bring forward their application for the next meeting, we're looking at probably in June. But in that period of time, of course, these people's lives are going to continue to be blighted by what goes on there. So we're pressing the council to actually take enforcement action against things that the company have done. For example, building supports for their wall on council land. If you and I went and started building something on the car park here, we'd be in serious trouble for it. Why aren't the council taking enforcement action? We'll be pushing them to do things like that.
Obviously, there's a huge amount of residents who are really upset by this, and I mean, obviously, it wouldn't be such a problem. Obviously, so many people are affected by it, and that's why so many people have turned out. We've got massive community spirit in this area.
Well, there is, but let's kind of again put this into perspective. We're not talking about a scrapyard in the middle of an industrial estate, miles from any housing. We're talking about a scrapyard at the bottom of people's quite short gardens. We're talking about a scrapyard right in the heart of a residential area, where people who work nights want to get some sleep during the day. People on a Saturday might want to sit out in the garden and have a barbecue and a pint. They can't do that, and indeed there are childminders in the area whose children can't play outside because they're scared of the loud bangs and crashes that they hear. They can't have a sleep in the afternoon because of the noise. That's what we're talking about, in the slap bang in the middle of a residential area, this huge blot on the landscape.